Is Amazon KDP worth it in 2025? The answer is maybe. If you want to know whether it's right for you, stay tuned. Recently, I ran a poll on my YouTube channel, and a whopping 30% of the people who voted haven't published a book yet on Amazon KDP, and a further 29% have only published between 1 and 5 books. So that's over half of the people watching and interacting haven't really got going yet on Amazon KDP. And so I thought it would be a good idea to create a video looking at whether it's worth it in 2025. So at the beginning, I said it depends, and that is true. I'm not going to sell you a false dream of making thousands through no effort by producing books on Amazon KDP. The likelihood is if you're looking for a get-rich-quick kind of scheme that you don't need to put money, time and effort into, Amazon KDP is just not for you. It needs to be treated like a full-time business. But if I haven't put you off just yet and you're interested in how you can make money on Amazon KDP, I'm going to go through how you can be successful in 2025. So the first thing that you need is to be able to create the books themselves. So whether you're a writer and you're happy to write a manuscript, whether you're creating activity books, puzzle books, colouring books, whatever kind of books that you're creating, you need to have a way to make them. It makes sense, right? You're a book publisher, you need a book. But if you don't have any skills in creating books, or you don't have the tools necessary, or you don't have the desire to learn, Amazon KDP probably isn't for you. And that's because you're going to have to pay someone to make all of the books for you, and the margins are quite tight as it is. And so say if you wanted to create 100 books, you're going to have to pay someone to create those 100 books for you. So the first thing that you need to be able to do, in my opinion at least, is be able to make those books for yourself. One way that I do that is by using a tool called Bookbolt. Bookbolt I've found is fantastic for low content books, but also for activity and puzzle books. So if we come on to the Bookbolt Studio, you're presented with a page like this. And what Bookbolt is fantastic for is they have these page templates. So if you come onto the interior templates library here, you can see that they have things like ruled paper, they have graph and dot paper. Those are all the low content types of options for creating things like journals and notebooks. But if you scroll down further, they have puzzle pages as well. So you have things like word searches, Sudokus, crosswords, mazes. And so that provides a fantastic opportunity to create puzzle books. What I'd recommend, and from what I've seen so far, if you just create the puzzles in there and try and publish it, with no design work, with no interesting wrapper around it, the book's not likely going to be received very well. It's not going to be able to stand out against competition. But what this does is it provides you a fantastic base to create the content for your book. And then my advice would be to take it into Canva or Adobe InDesign, polish it up, add introduction pages, add some additional design elements to make it feel a bit more premium. But going back to Bookbolt, I'm just going to show you how easy it is to make a puzzle page. So let's say we wanted to make a circular maze. We select the page we want to put it on. We select the amount of puzzles per page, the size of the maze. So I'm going to do one for adults. I'm going to do a really complex maze here. And then we're going to continue, add the solution, and click submit. And so here's a maze that's been created in a matter of seconds. On the next page, you've got the clue as well, which you can format however you want. And so let's say I wanted to create 100 mazes for adults. I'll be able to create those mazes in a matter of minutes using Bookbolt. Another way is to use AI software to create things like colouring pages. For that, I use a tool called Design AI. I'll link a video in the corner now as to how I create my colouring pages. But as I've kind of just shown you, you need a way to create your content for your book. If you can develop that, if you can find something that works for you, then there's every chance of you being able to create a good product that will sell well on Amazon. The second thing you need to be able to do is create a fantastic cover. I think long gone are the days of pumping out books with pretty average covers. All of the best sellers on Amazon KDP now seem to have professional covers and also ones that stand out. So if we look randomly for this bold and easy swear word colouring book on Amazon, you can see every cover here really pops. The titles are really nice and bold. You've got bright, interesting backgrounds. You've got these little illustrations on there as well, which makes it feel premium and probably not quite as AI generated as some of the other books. And so if we scroll down, I'll look at one of these sponsored ads here. And so this one here as an example, a few years ago, this might have performed quite well, but the title's not bold enough, the cover's not interesting enough, and that's probably not going to perform very well against the competition. And that's because in 2025, the level of the competition is higher. So you need to be creating amazing covers. And if you can't do that for yourself, you need to include in your budget money for employing a cover designer, whether that's on Fiverr, Upwork, however you want to do it. The third thing you need to do to succeed on Amazon KDP is taking the time and effort to do some niche research. One of the best ways to do that is just going around on Amazon, seeing what people are searching for, seeing how many search results are coming up, and having a look at how the books are selling. So by that, I mean going into the search bar, start typing a term, and then Amazon is going to suggest some often searched results. So we've got this one here, Bold and Easy Swear Word Colouring Book for Adults, which is the one that we just looked at. If we click on that, we can see that there are only 163 results. So we know that that search term isn't that competitive. And if we have a look at the number one bestseller for this search term, and we scroll down to the BSR, we can see that the BSR rank down here is around 12,000. Now that book is selling incredibly well. So this could be an interesting niche to try and look into. And so that's what I do for my niche research. I'll try and find a search term, have a look at what books are out there, look at the BSRs, and see if I can make something different or better. So going back to this, the cover is nice, but I think I could probably make something a bit better. It has 40 hand-drawn pages. So if you look inside, you can see the designs. We can see some examples here. And if we think that we could create something better than that, maybe include 50 or 60 designs, there's every chance we could outcompete this book. But as you see there, for every book that you make, you want to be doing some level of research. And one thing that I've found as well so far is not every book that you publish is going to be successful. And that's why you need to do as much as you can yourself as well. Because if you're investing, say, $200 into every book, if some of the books make zero money in return, you're wasting $200 then for every single book you publish. So you're putting yourself at a disadvantage straight away. So that's why, in my opinion, in an ideal world, Amazon KDP is fantastic for those who have the skills to create their own books and their own covers. And if it's something that you're interested in, but you're not quite there yet, it might be worthwhile investing in some courses. Do a book cover design course. Learning those skills for yourself can save you a lot of money over the long term. Another thing that I need to mention is in 2025 on Amazon, you have to use Amazon ads. Let's say you make 10 colouring books on Amazon. If you launch them and you don't do any marketing to those books, whether that's advertising, whether that's TikTok, whether it's a mailing list, if you're not marketing your books in any way, you're very, very, very likely going to get zero sales. And that's just the way it is in 2025. Amazon KDP is very competitive and you need to bump your book up to the top to give it a chance to sell. I've got a ton of videos out there on Amazon ads and I'm going to create loads more in 2025. So if that's of interest to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. I'm not going to go over the ads in this video, but if you watch my content, you know that I run ads to every single book that I launch. I'll run those ads for at least the first couple of months to make sure I give it the best chance of ranking for keywords. And then I'll either leave those ads on if it's running profitably, turn them down if it's almost profitable, and then if the book's not selling well through ads, I'll turn the ads off, and then that book will probably end up being a loss for me. So as mentioned, not all of my books are going to sell well, but by using ads, you're giving them the best chance possible to rank organically for keywords. And then the fifth and final thing that you need to succeed in Amazon KDP is you need to treat it like a business. If you're just uploading books, looking for a little bit of passive side income, a few $100s here and there a month, Amazon KDP is not for you. I know, that's how I started. And it wasn't until I started learning, started developing, started using ads, creating better covers, creating better interiors. It wasn't until I did all of that stuff that I started seeing results. And Amazon KDP is just like any other business. It's not a passive income stream. Yes, it can provide some passive income results over time, but you need to put so much time and effort and money into every single book that you produce to give those a chance to create that passive income in the long term. And then even then, it's a bit more of a semi-passive income, I'd say, because you still need to be tinkering with ads. Ideally, you need to be updating books if they go a little bit out of date over a couple of years. And so whilst I absolutely love Amazon KDP and I'm super passionate about it and I think it's a fantastic opportunity, I still think it's best to have a decent skill set and you need to have that focus and drive to make it into a business for you. And if we take a quick look at my lifetime sales on Amazon KDP, you can see how it might look for you. So you can see there I started in 2020 and pretty much for the first year and a half, I didn't make much money at all. And then I found a book that started working in the summer of 2022, tried to build upon that. And it wasn't until 2023 that I actually started making regular income on Amazon KDP. Then last year was my first full year of making a good amount of money on Amazon. And that December spike was absolutely incredible. And so the hope is that now in 2025, my income's going to increase, and touch wood, every year it keeps on increasing as well. If you're interested in more tips and tricks from me, make sure to sign up to my newsletter. And if you've got any other tips that you think are really helpful to newbies getting going on Amazon, make sure to drop them down in the comments below. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to click that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.